nuclear
Okay.
power. Is it so?
Hi guys. Good afternoon. We're gonna start a discussion about the topic nuclear power handout. Um, we will talk about two questions, and yeah, we will talk about our point of view about this. Um, the first question is when you hear the term nuclear power, is your initial what is your initial reaction? Is positive, negative, or neutral? Um, you can like explain.
Manu, please go ahead.
So I think my first effect is kind of negative because like the first thought is it's dangerous because like according I don't know, related to the nuclear weapons that a country has. And there this is like a certain of use like um to get the people like being like afraid, like how do you say that? Like mm?
Yeah, I mean, I'm agree with you. At the first time, is like kind of negative, but after read some information about this, and when you realize that it's not all like bad,
Mm-hmm.
it's now for me it's like neutral because like it's good in many points, but also you have to be careful because it's kind of dangerous if it's not in good management. Um,
Yeah, and, like when it's not in good hands, when it gets to the wrong in the wrong hands, like it could be dangerous and not used for the purpose that as the reading said, like it's really nice that we can get like electricity and energy from this substance or I don't know how to categorize this, but like I mean it's good because it's not as contaminant or something like that. But then if it uses for the wrong purposes, then
it depends.
I don't know, for me, it depends. Yeah.
What
What
do
do
you
you think,
think?
Eduardo?
Well, I think whenever I hear about nuclear energy, probably could be kind of frustrating and confusing to talk about it because there are several points. There are positive things and negative things as well. Um some of the things that I really can express, obviously, the disadvantages could be the nuclear weapons, as Manu said, and as well the waste, is all the pollution. It could be a real problem for the environment, but at the same time, it's a very well way to create energy and electricity and
Mhm.
save a lot of money for the world and the future. So yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
I think it's
Okay.
we are neutral.
So let's go with the second point. Should countries be encouraged to develop and use nuclear power? Um, in my opinion, first, countries should be encouraged to develop and use nuclear power, but with a strict safety like regulations and a strong
Mhm.
oversight. I think nuclear energy can help like reduce dependence of fossil fuels like gas and lower greenhouse gas emission, which is essential in the fight against climate change. But yeah, as Eduardo and Manu say, like is the other point is like if you don't have a correct management about that could be like worst than the others kind of. I mean, yeah, it's hard.
Mm, I agree with you. Like you have a good point because if if it's used correctly, like it benefits the benefits are huge for us. Like so in that. case, I think it will be nice. I don't know, third world country, like a small country that they don't have a lot of resources. This can maybe help. Uh, maybe in the towns that in like in the countryside that they don't have access to electricity or something like that, it can help them. But yeah,
In
yeah,
that case,
well,
I
yeah.
really think, turning physics into engineering is easy through paper, but not really simple on real life. So it could be very,
Mm,
very expensive to create this type of nuclear places wherever you change these reactions to create energy and electricity. But the benefit is that you can make a lot of that with several reduction of cost. So I think it's a good idea to create it, but gotta be regulated, as you said.
mm. Do you know if it's like every time they do it in a different place, they have to create it like from scratch, or they just like can transport this power to a different place?
You definitely can transfer all the energy to a different place, but the problem is not what you create. The problem is the waste. Um,
Oh,
that's the real disadvantage of the nuclear weapons. It creates a lot of waste, which is basically dangerous elements on the periodic table. And this expends a lot of energy, which is
mm,
not very positive for humans. So there are only two ways to save that type of waste. One of them, in the old times, were throwing into the sea. And nowadays, you need to bury them. But the problem of burying them is that it will make contact with the regular way we make oil, and it will directly impact on it. So it's something positive, but at the same time, it's negative. But yeah, you can move
mm,
it. You can move it anywhere you are.
Okay.
sure.
So, well, in general, I think the governments, or at least the countries where is where are where is more money, they can invest like in safe technology. At least, like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, okay. So, okay, thank you
I'm
so
gonna
much.
make a quick parenthesis. Do you know how this nuclear stuff is created? Like, do you even
No,
imagine how's the chemical reaction?
no.
I watched the movie like Oppenheimer, but I don't know if it's. I mean, that's a weapon. That's
That's the way it
different.
works. You got
Oh,
it.
really?
Basically, you work with a specific element again of the periodic table, which has a lot
Uh-huh.
of energy, but a potential energy is not used. It's just static. So the point is that you throw some neutrons into those elements, and the neutrons split the element, and that throws more neutrons, and those neutrons split more energy, and it divides over and over and over, creating a huge chemical reaction with just a simple gram of elements. So the point is, with this type of chemical reactions, you create a lot of energy through this chemical process, and that energy could be saved and transformed into any other type of energies, specifically electricity. But again, the problem is the
Mm,
waste of that reaction, which is dangerous for humans. So it's kind of funny because you can create that energy with simple water, just with
mm,
water. You don't need to use extremely extraordinary elements. You can just use water. And it's one of the most basic ways you can create nuclear energy with, yeah, water.
Wow.
It's
wow.
impressive, huh? I know.
Yeah, I know.
It's really impressive.
Okay,
Yeah, it is.
Now we know. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank
Oh,
you for joining.
so thank you for joining to this discussion. And yeah, so bye bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.